Little friends, I am Mrs. Incredible, and I have given your unicorn a little break. Just kidding, it's me, guys. I'm just playing. It's just me. I decided to get in my Mrs. Incredible get up because we are going to read a Disney book. And if you're going to read a Disney book, you gotta go full Disney, people. Right? Exactly. But I'm going to take off my mask now because it's kind of hard to see you little people. All right, I'm going to put it up here. Right there. Wait, oh no, I can't undo my identity. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, go. We're back. I told you it was me. I just had on a little costume. That's all. I know. Didn't mean to scare you or creep you out. Still me. Hello, your favorite little unicorn. How are you? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We made it to the middle of the week. Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We made it to the end of the week. We're almost there. What is today? Anybody? Anybody know? My little side unicorn over here. Does he know? What is it, Coco? It is June the 3rd. It is our cousin's birthday. Say happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Tiffany. Happy birthday, Tiffany. Happy birthday, Tiffany. Happy birthday, Tiffany. Go, Tiffany. It's your birthday. Go, Tiff Tiff. It's your birthday. Go, Tiff Tiff. It's your birthday. Woohoo! All right. It's birthdays. I love birthdays, man. So, for June the 3rd, 2020, the unicorn tells us mindfulness isn't a fad. It is a way of life. You know what mindfulness means? Okay, I'll tell you. Don't worry. Mindfulness is the concept of being in the present and being aware of your surroundings. So that means noticing what you're feeling, what are you thinking, where are you? Like physically, where are you mentally? Oh, I know, right? Took you on a little exocentric trick there. Big word, look it up. So, that means just being calm and recognizing everything that is going on in your body. And being, how do you do that? Well, I like to do a little thing called grounding, right? It's a fun little technique where you can just sit down and close your eyes and you look at you notice all 5 of your senses. So you start up top and you work your way down. So what's our first sense? For me, the top layer is touch. So you realize what's touching you. What do you feel? Is it the air? Are you outside? Do you feel a breeze? Recognize all of that and soak it in. And then, what do you smell? What can you smell? Do you smell the outside? Do you smell dog poop? Do you smell food cooking in the kitchen? That's my favorite smell, especially Cinnabons. So what do you smell? And noticing all of that. And what do you see? Well, if your eyes are closed, you see nothing. But sometimes you can do it and you can sit with your eyes open and you soak in all the sights. Like I soak in all my unicorn friends. I soak in you, my friends. I soak in my books. I soak in everything that's in my eyesight. Right? And I'm right here. And then, so what we got? Touch, smell, sight. Hear. What do you hear? Huh? Can you hear the birdies? I hear the birdies, even though it's night. It's trying to be nighttime. I hear the birdies. Can you hear the food cooking? Huh? I know I'm obsessed with the food cooking. I like food, guys, okay? We've already know this. Can you hear people coughing? Yep. You hear that a lot too. But recognizing what you hear and taking all of that in, that is mindfulness and staying in the present. Because sometimes, too often, we let our brains take us away into the what ifs of the future or the shoulda, coulda, wouldas of the past. And sometimes we just need to stay right here. Right here. Right here. You stay here with me. Okay. We soak it in. We just stay in it. No. You just soak it in. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. We worry about right now. Okay? Stay mindful. It's not a fad. It's a lifestyle, man. I'm telling you. I know I'm a hippie kid. That's why I'm your resident unicorn, guys. This is what I'm here for. Okay, dokie? So go, be mindful, go meditate, get your ohms in, and remember to stay grounded and be cool, calm, and collected, man. That's what it does for me. Okie dokie, you ain't gonna have to worry about stuff. So we're gonna learn more about some emotions and tapping into them with one of my favorite Disney movies, Inside Out. Raise your hand if you've seen Inside Out. I have. You all everybody's over here seen it. We've covered up and watched it like many a times, haven't we, Shiloh? That's one of your faves. I know. So we're gonna read the story. If you haven't heard it, but if you have heard it, it's still fun to listen to it because I know you've seen it, but it's different to read it. It's a little different, but it's the same story, maybe. So you want to go tap in and explore into the mind of a little person? Yes, let's do it. Okay. Who's reading today? You're too big, man. I know you're always wanting. Okay, you can come down here. Come on. Are you gonna sit back? Okay, go. I'm gonna scoot. Inside Out. Adapted by Suzanne Francis, illustrated by the Disney Storybook art team, and we thank them. As a lively little girl, Riley was always on the move. There was a whole world bustling with activity inside her mind, and headquarters was at the heart of it all. From there, Riley's 5 emotions watched each day unfold for their favorite girl. We got 5 different emotions. Anybody know them already? Let's find out. Cool beans if you already know. Awesome sauce. Riley's lead emotion, joy, loved Riley more than anything and worked day and night to help her have the best life possible. The sight of happy yellow memories rolling through headquarters let Joy know when she was doing a good job. Okay, all those happy memories, the joyful memories are in yellow. Remember that, okay? Joy liked being in control, but she understood why Riley occasionally needed her other emotions too. Well, most of them anyway. Oh, let's meet them. For example, Riley needed fear to stay safe. Be it power cords or puppies, whenever Riley faced a potential hazard, fear was there to carefully guide her out of danger, even if he was scared. And of course, Riley needed disgust, good taste to avoid being poisoned, of course. Both physically and socially. Disgust helped Riley steer clear of anything and everything she found repulsive, from horrible food to rotten people. We don't like either of those. Aw, but you gotta eat your veggies. When Riley faced something unfair, anger was right there to right every wrong. With his loud growls and well-placed scowls, Anger fought Riley's battle like a pro. And if he got really mad, flames shot out of his head. Oh, we don't want that. We don't want him to get angry. Nope, please don't. Then there was sadness. Oh, sadness. Joy had no idea why Riley needed sadness. All she seemed to do was make Riley feel gloomy, and Joy never wanted that. So, naturally, Joy tried her best to keep sadness as far away from the controls as possible. Go away, sadness. But, Riley's sad. All of Riley's memories were important, but her 5 core memories formed from the biggest moments in her life were very important. Core memories power Riley's island of personality. Family Island, Honesty Island, Hockey Island, Friendship Island, and Goofball Island made Riley who she was. I wonder how many islands you have. Me too. For years, Joy successfully ran headquarters, and Riley had a great childhood. Most of her memories were a happy shade of yellow, and her islands of personality thrived. When Riley was 11 years old, her parents made a surprising decision that changed everything. Uh-oh. The family moved across the country from Minnesota to San Francisco. But the bustling city wasn't anything like Riley and her emotions expected. I don't want to live here, Sadness whimpered when they pulled up to Riley's new home. It's the worst, Disgust agreed. The absolute worst. This house stinks, Anger declared. San Francisco is terrible, said Fear. Joy was determined to keep Riley happy. She had an idea for how to turn things around, so she plugged the light bulb into the console. All 5 emotions watched as Riley challenged her parents to a game of living room hockey. Soon, the whole family was having fun. Joy always seemed to make things better. Good job, Joy. Later, as Riley laughed about a happy memory of her dad from their road trip to San Francisco, her smile suddenly faded. Sadness had turned the memory blue. Oh no! What did you do? Joy asked. I just touched it, Sadness said nervously. No matter how hard Joy tried, Riley's happy yellow memory remained a sad blue one. Oh no. Oh no. What if all your happy memories turned sad? Oh my gosh. No. Joy ordered Sadness not to touch any more of Riley's memories. But Sadness didn't listen. She accidentally knocked one of Riley's core memories out of the holder. Oh. Without its core memory, Goofball Island went dark. Joy quickly put the core memory back in place before Sadness could turn it blue. Goofball Island came back to life. Awesome. Joy was worried, though. Yeah, she needed to keep Sadness away from Riley's happy memories. She was going to turn them all blue. The next morning, Joy sprang into action before anyone else was awake. She wanted to make sure Riley had a great first day at her new school, and she had the perfect plan to keep Sadness out of the way. This is the circle of sadness, Joy explained. Your job is to make sure that all the sadness stays inside of it. Okay? See, she drew a circle, and Sadness can't leave, so Riley can have a good day. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. At school, Riley's new teacher asked her to introduce herself to the class. Riley handled it well at first, but when she started sharing a happy memory from her life in Minnesota, she became homesick. In headquarters, Sadness was touching the memory. Of course she is. Then things went from bad to worse. Riley cried in front of the whole class. A new blue core memory rolled into headquarters. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Joy tried to get rid of the blue memory by sending it up the vacuum tube and out of the mind world, but Sadness wouldn't let her. During the struggle, Joy and Sadness dislodged the core memories from their holder. Oh, no. Oh, no. Riley's islands of personalities went dark. All of them. They all just went dark. Complete. Night-night. That's what they did. Oh, my gosh. As Joy raced around trying to make things right, the powerful vacuum tube sucked her up and out of headquarters, with Sadness and all of Riley's core memories right behind her. Oh, my gosh. They just got sucked up a vacuum. That sounds like a fun ride, though. I'd get on that ride. Joy and Sadness rocketed through the tube and landed with a thud on a cliff overlooking the mind world. We can fix this, Joy told Sadness. We'll just have to get back to headquarters, plug the core memories in, and Riley will be back to normal. Think it's that simple? I don't know. Joy and Sadness ran to Goofball Island. Then they began to cross the light line, which was like a narrow power cord that connected the island to the core memory holder in headquarters. See the little cord? They got all the way across there. Joy's pretty optimistic. Optimistic means hopeful. pretty hopeful, considering the circumstances. Things were not looking good for Riley or her remaining emotions. Great, Anger grumbled. We have no core memories, no personality islands, and no joy. And no joy. What are they gonna do? They tried running things themselves, but it was a disaster. During dinner, Riley's parents noticed her strange behavior, and their emotions scrambled to figure out what was going on. It wasn't long before Riley was sent to her room. Look at, we got Mama's emotions and the daddy's emotions, and Riley, she doesn't look so happy, does she? Looks like they're battling. When Riley ignored her dad's attempts to cheer her up later that evening, Goofball Island started to fall apart. As the island crumbled, joy and sadness dashed back to solid ground. Together, the two emotions watched Goofball Island collapse into the abyss. That means into the darkness. Complete darkness. Sadness was too overwhelmed to move. She was stuck, frozen, shocked, trauma. What's another word? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'll come back to it. She was shocked. Transfixed. There we go. That's the word. But Joy refused to delay their journey back to headquarters any longer. She grabbed Sadness's foot and dragged her into the labyrinth of long-term memory. Look, she took her foot and said, let's go. You get that? Let's go. We're out of here, Sadness. Joy's still trying to hold on to those core yellow joy memories, huh? As Joy and Sadness meandered through the winding shelves of long-term memory, they came across two forgetters. It was the forgetter's job to vacuum up all the old memories that Riley no longer needed and send them down to the memory dump. Nothing comes back from the dump, one forgetter explained. Joy was horrified at the thought of throwing away Riley's perfectly good memories. But the forgetters explained that they needed to vacuum up old memories to make room for Riley's new memories. Because our brains can't, and our bodies can't really hold all the memories. We lose some. That's why we can't remember things from when we were like 6 months. Or can you? If you can, that's pretty cool. I wish. The following morning, Riley video chatted with Meg, her best friend from Minnesota. When Meg told Riley about a new girl on the hockey team, Riley got upset. Oh, she did not just say that, snapped disgust. A new girl? Fear asked in disbelief. Meg has a new friend already? Anger quickly took charge of the situation. I gotta go, Riley interjected, cutting the conversation short. As Riley slammed her laptop closed, Friendship Island started to groan and creak. Friendship Island's in danger. Back in the mind world, Joy ran toward the terrible sound. Friendship Island disintegrated into the memory dump. Disintegrated means it disappeared. It just crumbled into nothingness. Oh, I know. It's horrible. It's a horrible thought. Oh my gosh. The whole Friendship Island just crumble. That was your favorite, said Sadness, and now it's gone. Joy could think only of getting back to headquarters to help Riley. She had no choice but to return to the maze of long-term memory, dragging Sadness behind her. Oh man, look it. See, it just crumbled into nothingness. Along the way, the two emotions ran into Riley's old imaginary friend, Bing Bong. He's my favorite. Bing Bong was part cat, part elephant, and part dolphin. But he was made entirely of cotton candy. It had been years since he and Riley had played together. They used to go on amazing adventures, mostly in Bing Bong's rocket wagon, which could fly when they sang a special song. You gonna make me sing the song? We're really gonna do this? Of course we're gonna do this! There's not much call for imaginary friends lately, said Bing Bong with a sigh. He handed his magical bottomless bag to Joy so she could carry Riley's core memories safely. Then he told them they could take the train of thought back to headquarters. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. I couldn't laugh. Of course I was going to do it. On their way to the train station, Bing Bong gave Joy and Sadness a tour of Imagination Land. They admired Trophy Town, explored French Fried Forest, and floated through Cloud Town. That's awesome. That looks like a fun place to go. Is it all going to be so interactive? Sadness asked as Joy and Bing Bong leaped across lava with glee. They even saw some new parts of Imagination Land, like the imaginary boyfriend generator. Joy was not impressed. No boy generators in the mind. Get it out of there. Goodbye. Goodbye. Meanwhile, Riley was trying out for her new San Francisco hockey team. But without Hockey Island running, she was having a hard time. Fear tried to jam old hockey memories into the core memory holder to power up the dark island, but it spit them out. Riley made no mistakes that she got frustrated and stormed off the ice. Oh my gosh. Crash! Hockey Island fell to pieces. Goodbye, Hockey Island. Oh man, we've lost Friendship Island, Hockey Island, Imagination Island. Oh my goodness, Riley. Back in Imagination Land, Bing Bong cried candy tears. Aww. Mind Workers had thrown his rocket wagon into the memory dump. Oh no! Joy tried to cheer him up unsuccessfully. Means it didn't work. But when Sadness sat beside him and listened, he started to feel better. See? We need Sadness. Joy was baffled. How could Sadness have made Bing Bong feel better? How can Sadness make somebody feel better, right? She didn't have time to give it a second thought, though, because Riley had fallen asleep. They needed to wake her up so the train of thought could take them back to headquarters. Thankfully, Sadness spotted Dream Productions. Perhaps a lively dream would do the trick. Look at, they're all out here. They're going down the Dream. We're out here. Dream Productions. Okay, how are we going to wake her up? Joy asked Sadness as they walked through Dream Productions. Sadness thought a nightmare would work best, but Joy didn't like that idea at all. She wanted Riley to wake up from sheer happiness. Joy found a dog costume nearby and handed half to Sadness. Riley loves dogs, said Joy. Put this on. With Bing Bong's help, Joy and Sadness made a big scene on set. Let's party! Joy shouted between barks. Let's dance. Let's dance. Look it. Get it, get it. Let's dance. All right. I like your dancing. In headquarters, Fear was on dream duty. Uh-oh. Oh, goodness. He watched Riley's dream of a dog playfully barking on screen. But when Joy and Sadness accidentally ripped the costume in half, it looked completely real. Fear was terrified. Oh my gosh. Look at. Sadness pointed at the sleep indicator. Scaring Riley was working. She was waking up. It worked. But before they could do anything else, the dream director called security. Aw, man. And now we're caught. They're caught. Aw, man, we gotta get back. Sadness, Joy, and Bing Bong ended up in the subconscious, where Riley's deepest fears were kept, like Grandma's vacuum and Jangles at the birthday clown. Oh gosh, I don't like birthday clowns. I don't like any clowns. Joy realized then that Sadness's original plan to scare Riley awake was their best bet. So she led Jangles out of the subconscious and onto the dream production set. Oh man, she brought the clown to the, oh goodness. The sight of a giant clown created a terrifying nightmare that instantly jolted Riley awake. Yeah, me too. When you come out, yeah, I wake up quickly. And screaming, mind you. Back at headquarters, Anger had an idea. He thought that if Riley ran away back to Minnesota, all their problems would be solved. Who's with me? He asked. Disgust and fear agreed. So anger boldly plugged the idea bulb into the console. Uh-oh, they're gonna make Riley run away? Oh, anger. Meanwhile, on the train of thought, Bing Bong picked up one of Riley's memory spheres. It was Joy's favorite. Riley's afternoon by the Twisty Tree in Minnesota with her mom, dad, and hockey team. To Joy's surprise, it was Sadness's favorite memory too. Of course, Sadness liked the sad part of the memory. Riley's team had just lost the big playoff game. Riley missed the winning shot. She felt awful, Sadness explained. Joy sighed. She had thought for a moment that Sadness was finally looking on the bright side of things. Nope. At home, Riley stole her mom's credit card to pay for a bus ticket back to Minnesota. Oh, Riley. Riley's actions caused Honesty Island to crumble, and the debris crashed into the train tracks. Debris means the trash from the island crashing. So it went crumble, 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 and all the crumble crumbles crashed into the train track. Which is where Joy and I know. Hold on, we're getting there. Workers frantically helped everyone off as the train of thought fell to the dump below. We lost another island, Joy cried. What is happening? A worker broke the bad news. Riley's running away! Oh no. Joy, Sadness, and Bing Bong scrambled toward Family Island. It was the only island still standing. But as Riley left the house to run away, Family Island started to fall apart too. Uh-oh. In the chaos that followed, both Joy and Bing Bong plummeted into the memory dump, leaving Sadness stranded on a cliff. Everything's broken. Riley is done. It's just so sad. I'm just so sad. I gotta turn off my sadness. I gotta turn it off. Joy and Bing Bong felt hopeless as Riley's memories dissolved into mist around them. Joy cried as she watched the Twisty Tree memory again. She thought about what Sadness had said. Suddenly, something dawned on her. Mom and Dad, the team, they came to help because of Sadness. Joy finally understood the importance of feeling sad and realized that Riley really did need Sadness. We have to get back up there, Joy declared. Aww. By singing Bing Bong's special song, Joy and Bing Bong managed to find his rocket wagon so they could fly up and out of the dump. They raced down a mountain of old memories, singing their hearts out to get the rocket to fly. It shot into the air, but not high enough to reach the cliff above the memory dump. Come on, Joy, one more time, Bing Bong said as he noticed his hand starting to fade. I've got a feeling about this one. They raced down the hill one last time, singing together and gaining momentum. Louder! Louder, Joy! Bing Bong shouted, sing louder! Bing Bong, Bing Bong, Bing Bong. Then, without Joy noticing, Bing Bong jumped out of the rocket. What in the world? The rocket flew higher and higher until, it landed on the cliff above. Woohoo! Bing Bong, we did it! Suddenly, Joy noticed that Bing Bong was gone. She looked over the ledge. Go! Bing Bong cheered from below. Go save Riley! Joy watched sorrowfully, that means sad, as he bowed and faded away altogether. Bye, Bing Bong. Riley's mind world rumbled, snapping Joy back to attention. She raced off to find Sadness. Oh, everybody tell Bing Bong bye-bye. Bye-bye, Bing Bong. It's my sad, so sad. Meanwhile, Sadness was floating away on a cloud from Cloud Town. Oh, man, I only make everything worse, she cried as Joy chased after her. Suddenly, Joy had a crazy idea. Using the imaginary boyfriend generator, She created a tower of boyfriends and stood at the very top. Look at that. Look at the tower of boyfriends. Hello, boyfriends. No boyfriend in mine. No boyfriend generators in mine. Remember, we threw those away just rightly. Okay, we threw it away. Now, Joy shouted as the boyfriends launched her to a trampoline on Family Island. She bounced up and caught Sadness in midair. The two soared across the sky and smacked right into the window of headquarters. But how could they get inside? Disgust had a plan. She made Anger really mad and used him like a blowtorch to cut a hole in the glass. Joy and Sadness quickly climbed through. See, she used him as a blowtorch, and he's just a whole bunch of fire, and it blew. And it made a hole, and it busted. Awesome sauce. Teamwork makes the dream work, fans. Reunited, all 5 emotions watched as Riley got onto the bus. Sadness, it's up to you, Joy said. Me? Sadness hesitated. I can't, Joy. Joy gently pushed Sadness toward the console. Yes, you can. Riley needs you, she said. Now go. Sadness touched the console, and Riley began to feel really sad. She thought about her parents and felt even sadder. She wanted to be with them. Oh, wait! Stop! Riley shouted to the bus driver, rising from her seat. I want to get off. Riley jumped off the bus and raced back home. See, Sadness did that. Sadness helped Riley talk to her parents and tell them how she really felt. I know you don't want me to, but I miss home, Riley said through her tears. I miss Minnesota. I miss Minnesota too, Dad replied. I miss the woods where we took hikes. And the backyard where you used to play, added Mom. Riley's parents understood. It was okay to be sad. Then they hugged her tight, and Riley knew that even though things were hard right now, everything was going to be just fine. Oh, just talk to your parents. Sometimes, I know you don't think that they understand, but they do, kiddos. It wasn't long before Riley was enjoying her life in San Francisco. With new interests and friends came new core memories and new islands of personality. Riley was growing and changing every day. But no matter what happened, joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust would always be with her, helping her through each day as a team. Even if they do fumble. The end. Awesome sauce! Did you like it? Did you like this story? Did you like it? Did it make you want to go watch the movie? It did? Okay, cool, because it's an amazing movie. It's pretty darn awesome. I love it. I like it. I use it. I use this book too, guys. I love it. So, that's it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Sleep tight, my little friends. Get some rest. Go get your mindfulness on. Get your omens. Oh. Think about your emotions, tap into them, learn about them. Talk to your parents about them if you got some questions. I know they're a little confusing when you're little. So ask your parents. They're big. All they are, they're just big kids. You know they had to go through the same stuff, right? Exactly. So just talk to them and see what they say about this stuff. If not, come call me, guys. Come, you can always send me a message. Just call. Hit up your favorite unicorn and I got you. Okay? With your parents' permission. Okie dokie, smokies. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's tomorrow? It's Thursday? Throwback Thursday? I don't know. We'll figure something out. Bring your snacks and stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow night. Sleep tight, my little friends. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.